You've just rolled up to In the Mind of Reelz, where the whiskey's strong, the opinions are stronger, and there's no filter in sight. We're talking no holds barred, people. I am Reelz, Marine, biker, musician, and unapologetic patriot. And if you came here looking for a smooth ride, well, you're in the wrong motherfucking place. Buckle up, let's get it done. It's time to dive into the chaos that's inside my mind. So I have to start off by saying that this episode may piss some of y'all off. I'm just going to throw it out there, and quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. All right? As you know, this podcast is about speaking my mind and being real and talking about things that might make people a little uncomfortable. So this is essentially my trigger warning for y'all, all right? Let me pose a question for you, all right, to think on. Why is it that being pro-American is considered being racist? I mean, this is starting to happen pretty fucking regularly, all right? I'm kind of sick of seeing the bullshit, and I'm going to give you my opinion and views on this. So when I talk about illegal aliens, I'm not talking about just Mexicans crossing the border. I'm talking about everybody. People from all over the world, right, are crossing the fucking border illegally. I'm about laws. I'm about respect and earned privilege, okay? I'm not about hate. As I've said before, I've said this many times before on previous episodes, hate is such a strong emotion. And I'm starting to see a lot more of that these days, not just on TV, just out in public in general. It's really unfortunate that the political divide that we live in right now is a huge cause of the division. But you know, that's something we could talk about later. At the end of the day, I can love tacos and still want a fucking border wall. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. There's a lot of propaganda going around that, you know, if you're pro-American, you're some hillbilly from the fucking woods, and you're automatically like a fucking racist, and you hate everybody but white people. You know what? That's not how I work. That's not how I operate. And unfortunately, in today's times, that's what we're seeing. It's so prevalent now. It's like being shoved down our throats. And it's a huge problem for me. I absolutely hate to see this shit. You know, we need to have a strong border system in place so we can know who the fuck is coming and going into the United States. That's just bottom line. I mean, look at the fucking war zone in Los Angeles right now. It's so fucking crazy. It's getting out of control. It reminds me of when the BLM riots happened and George Floyd riots happened. Why is it every summer there's always something new? There's always some kind of racial divide that is going on these days. And this year happens to be illegal aliens crossing the fucking border, which, by the way, we had over 11 million illegal aliens cross our southern border in the last 4 years. 11 fucking million. And how do we keep track of these people? How the fuck do we send them back? That's the question. When you have so many people crossing like that? Like, how do you keep track of something like that? I just don't get it. But the LA riots going on right now is fucking insane. It really is. And this year it happens to be Hispanics, right? This summer it's all about the Hispanics, right? And that's really what people are focusing on. And it's fucking crazy to me because you got a shit ton of Mexican flags being waved by people demanding to stay in the country that they're fucking trashing. Okay? I don't understand the logic, but I can understand how that's operating and who's doing it. Right? Obviously there's more than just illegals happening, right, in LA. There's a lot of people being provoked. There's a lot of people who support this whole diversity thing about people coming across the border. So when you have that much divide when it comes to mentality and way of thinking and logic, of course it's gonna fucking stoke the fire, yo. It really fucking is. And, it all comes back to this. And I know this is going to sound so cliche, and you've probably have heard it before, but I'm going to throw it out there fucking anyways, because that's what the fuck I do, okay? So, the fact is, if you love your foreign flag so damn much, go back to the country you're trying to escape from. You know, we don't need you here. We don't. We fucking don't. But I can't really blame them, right? Because let's face it, America is the best country in the fucking world, right? Yes, we have a lot of fucking problems here, but we were built by great men who created a document called the Constitution. And we are the only country that really operates by this, right? I mean, I know, yeah, there's other countries, they have their own constitution and shit, their own, rights and privileges and such, but our Constitution is fucking special. It's fucking special. Not everybody in the world has the freedom of fucking speech. And we're living in a time where people are straight up lying. People in charge are straight lying about a lot of fucking things. And I don't think that's right. I mean, yeah, they have the freedom of speech, but when you're knowingly lying to people that you're in charge of, there should be fucking repercussions. All right? And it's like the Mexico president, her name is Claudia Sheinbaum, and she has spoken about this many times publicly on national TV, and she's straight up said that if Americans were in Mexico and they were protesting and causing damage to her country, she would fucking deport them immediately. No questions asked. No fucking questions asked. But yet, she encourages her citizens to come to the U.S. and to do just that. Right? The hypocrisy of this woman to do that is fucking astounding, right? But you can't just blame her. We have that in America. We have these absolutely wretched and crooked fucking politicians who say just the same bullshit as she does, but in a different way and in a different context, right? It's absolute lunacy to me that a foreign president would be cheering on this but yet cracking down on it in her own home. It's a problem. It's a fucking problem. Look, I have no problem with you having a pride and a love for your culture, right? Whatever that is. I have absolutely no problem with that, because most of y'all know, who are close to me and people getting to know me through my podcast, I fucking bleed red, white, and blue. I absolutely love my fucking country. And I'm extremely proud to be an American. And I wave my fucking flag all the time. But you're not going to see me go to Mexico waving my fucking American flag. It's not something I'm going to do, right? So I don't understand why the Mexico flag is being used as a kind of, an idol of sorts, like, okay, again, you can have pride and love for your culture. But if you're going to come here to the United States, you need to fucking assimilate. Bottom line, you need to assimilate into the American values. If I had to go to Mexico and live in Mexico, I'm going to assimilate. I'm going to learn the fucking language. I'm going to be respectful. I'm not a jackass who's going to go out there and just cause fucking problems. This is not in my nature to do that. It is, however, in my nature to be truthful and speak fucking facts. I'll call bullshit. I will call bullshit any fucking time on anybody. I don't give a fuck what color they are. If I think they're fucking, trying to bamboozle me. If you're fleeing your country, start respecting the one that you're coming to. Not only that, but learn the language, honor the flag, respect the laws. Most importantly, when it comes to the laws, come here legally. There are thousands, probably more than that, of people who have gone through the process to come here legally. I hear it takes a long time. I've heard that it's quite a process. Okay? So I have nothing but mad love and respect for people who are going to come here legally, and they want to love this country. They want to come here for a better life. They want to bring their family here. They want to have kids here and raise them here. They want to be a proud American. I have nothing but love and respect for people who want to come here and do it the right way. So that's why I'm so fucking passionate about this, because what makes you so fucking special that you can just bypass that whole process, skip all these people who have been waiting years to come here, and just come here and gain the benefits of being here? That's what really fucking pisses me off about so many illegal aliens coming here. And of course, there's people who say, well, you shouldn't call them illegal aliens. That's very disrespectful. No. Because if I went to somebody else's country and did the same fucking bullshit, I would be tagged that. I would be tagged that. Learn the fucking language, people. You see it so often where people have been here 20, 30 years, and then they get caught and they don't fucking speak English. It's like, dude, how can you be here 30 fucking years and not have learned the motherfucking language? Blows my mind. You can't scream oppression while repping the country that you're from. You just, it makes no sense. Again, I understand why people want to come here. I really do. I really do, especially from third world countries. I've actually seen real poverty before while serving in the Marine Corps. I was very fortunate to travel several different places in my time in the Corps. One that stands out to me the most is Thailand. Now, I could do a whole episode on Thailand women, all right? Women in Thailand are absolutely gorgeous, okay? Again, that could be another topic, right? But when I went to Thailand, it fucking blew my mind at the amount of poverty that country had. Blew my mind. And after being there for a couple days, and you kind of get the quick rundown on the important things like money, how much things cost, knowing the difference between American dollars and baht. The Thai baht is what it's called. I was in the Marine Corps from 1996 to 2000, a long time ago. Okay. I'm sure things have changed a little bit. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know. I have not been back to Thailand since. So I'm only speaking of my experience when I was there. And we were there for 2 months about doing some training and shit. But like I said, you learn the essentials. So $1 American dollar equals 3 baht. 3 baht is essentially like 95 cents. Now imagine living off 95 cents a day. 3 baht is $1 American dollar. And there's people making 95 cents a day. We're talking straight poverty level, man. Like just living in huts. Like extremely, extremely poor. And it's not pleasant to see. It's actually very sad, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of different things. That's why I absolutely love the Marine Corps, because the Marine Corps taught me and showed me a lot of things in the world. Some things not so pleasant. So 95 cents a day, yo. Can you imagine? Meanwhile, we have kids in the United States walking around with $1,000 cell phones, $300 Nikes, and fucking zero appreciation for what they have. Blows my mind. So I understand why people want to come here to our country, where even our kids are fucking living large. But before you bash America, try surviving in a third world country making 95 cents a day. Try doing that. Then come back and talk to me. Maybe it'll fucking show a little bit of appreciation. So I know people in Mexico don't make much money. So it absolutely makes all the sense in the world that these people want to come here. I get it. And I do feel for them. But I don't want you to come here illegally. Fuck no. You want to come here, do it the proper way. The Constitution that America lives under is for Americans, not fucking trespassers. I support legal immigration. I don't believe in cutting the fucking line, yo. I don't care how dire of a situation you're living in. Figure it out. Figure it out. Everybody else does. So look at it this way. Maybe this will be a easier way to understand where I'm coming from. because I'm not trying to be a dick. I am just speaking my reality, right? If you break into my house, I'm not going to offer you dinner, right? I will, however, offer you a body bag because you're not leaving my house alive. And then I'll call the cops. The same should be said about people coming here illegally. Now, I know this might sound, well, I'm just going to say it. If you put the fear of death into people, they won't come here. I bet they won't try. That's just facts. I'm not saying we should do that, okay? I'm not saying we should do that. But if you break into my house, meaning in America, why do you rate the benefits of Americans? You know, the food stamps, the phones, the free housing, college. Apparently some of that shit's happening right now, some fraudulent shit. There's some states where illegals can get driver's license now. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, honestly. Meanwhile, we got vets living on the streets who don't have access to food stamps. We got a shit ton of homeless people. They don't have access to food stamps. Why the fuck are we not helping them first? And that's where I'm trying to go. It just pisses me the fuck off. Part of this is because we have some really fucking hardcore shitbags in positions of leadership, unfortunately. And some of these clowns are fucking in positions where they can create laws and write up legislation. And fucking people back these clowns. And it really makes you wonder, why are people backing these outrageous fucking things? Like allowing these people to have their time in court. No, you don't have any fucking rights when you come here. You don't have due process. As far as I'm concerned, due process is for fucking Americans, bottom line. Again, we're living in such a time that's just fucking so divisive. I've never seen this kind of divisiveness in my fucking life. It makes you wonder why it's this way. Who's controlling this scenario? The word racist is thrown around so regularly now, and it's designed to shut people down. Right? Like, you call someone a racist, it's supposed to be insulting, right? It's supposed to be insulting. Oh, yeah, this guy's a racist. This guy's a racist. No. You could try that bullshit on me, but whatevs. People know where I stand. And I'm all about good people and taking care of each other. But when you come here, follow the fucking laws of the land. What real racism is expecting less from people based on their background and financial status. Let me throw this question at you. Why is it that the lower class of society usually always votes for Democrats? Why is that? Because the Dems know that if you give free shit to people, they will obey you. It is a form of crowd control. So you can imagine 11 million illegals coming here, getting all this free shit that is designed for Americans, but instead of going to Americans, it's going to them. 11 million people can really make a difference when it comes down to voting. 11 million people, man. That's just an absurd amount of people. The left doesn't want a conversation. Why do you think they don't vote for anything that the Republicans come up with these days? Now it's just like they're just trying to prove, but they don't even want to cooperate. The left, all they want is compliance. And illegal aliens will give them that compliance because they're getting all kinds of free shit. All kinds of free shit. Open borders hurt Americans, no doubt about it. It hurts the people who built this country, veterans, blue-collar workers, the homeless. It hurts everybody. Why should illegal aliens who have no skin in the game be able to come here and have the freedoms and benefits that Americans have? Doesn't make sense to me. They shouldn't have that. To me, this is about protecting what I love. And I love my country. I love my fellow Americans. Being a proud American doesn't make you hateful. It makes you protective. So here's the thing. If you want to be an American, earn it. Respect it. Respect the laws of the land. Live it. And fucking assimilate. It's really that easy. If you're going to wave a foreign flag in my country while trashing mine, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. We don't need you here. People like that will only create more problems. People like that don't deserve to be here, especially when they've come here illegally. This isn't about race, okay? It's about laws. It's about loyalty. It's about legacy. That's just what it comes down to. Like I said, having a pride for your culture is a beautiful thing. I encourage it. But if you're coming here and you want to be here and you want to be part of this beautiful country, then do the right thing and come here legally. That's all I got to say about that. So, if you like my content and you want to hear more, smash that fucking like button. Yo, smash it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll keep you up to date on what I'm doing. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You could find me under JT Space Triplet. All my episodes are uploaded onto YouTube. I usually try to do it within, the same day that I shoot the episode. And if you have ideas, I want to hear about them. If you have suggestions or if you have a topic that I spoke about that really hit home, drop it in my comment section on my YouTube page, and we'll talk about it. Maybe I can have you on the show and debate about it. Let me leave you with something, and maybe this is something we can kind of have some dialogue on. Do you think people who flee their country should be expected to assimilate here in the U.S.? Or have you ever been called a racist just for being pro-American? I can tell you I have more than 10 times, like more than two hands worth. And it makes me laugh every fucking time. Because I've always said, sticks and stones, yo. Sticks and motherfucking stones. And let me drop one other thing on you, a thought. If you think that the USA is a fucking horrible place to be in, and you hate being here, of course you can always leave, but you probably won't, because deep down, America is where it's at. So let me pose this to you. If you think your life is bad, just remember there's people in Thailand living off 92 cents a day. Food for thought, okay? With that being said, this is Reelz signing off. Ride safe, live free, and don't take shit from anyone. Peace.